If you're going to Disney World, you're going to need to wear a mask. So you better make sure it's comfortable and you can wear it all day long. We've got tips coming up. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Disney has a lot of new health and safety protocols with Disney Springs, the resorts, and parks all reopening. Everyone ages 2 and up must wear a mask to be at Disney World. That's in Disney Springs, in public areas around the resorts, and in the parks once they reopen. You're gonna need to wear one, so we've got 10 tips for wearing a mask in Disney World. If you don't want to take notes, you can get a list of our tips by heading to disneyfoodblog.com/masktips. You'll get a free printable download just by signing up for our totally free newsletter. And that's going to keep you up to date with all the latest info coming from the Disney parks. So disneyfoodblog.com/masktips. All right, number 1, buy a mask that fits you well. All masks aren't created equal. This is something we learned very quickly when we were in Disney World all day. They're just like shoes. You want to give them a test run. Make sure they work well for you and work well for wearing all day while walking around outside. Some masks are easier to talk in. Some masks are easier to sweat in. There's a lot of differences. So pick a fabric that's comfortable and breathable. We recommend 100% cotton. This is easy to wear, and the tight woven cotton fabrics are better at keeping airborne particles out. You want to make sure it fits snugly enough that it won't fall off, and a mask that's too tight, though, can make breathing more difficult than it needs to be. So I spent some time in one of those almost like t-shirt material masks, and it was kind of tight. So it almost was like a gaiter over my nose and mouth, and I couldn't talk in it because I kept sort of sucking the material back into my mouth. So that didn't work out well. just heads up. That's why you want to try these on. And even if they're comfortable to just run to the grocery store really quickly, they may not be comfortable enough to do a whole park day in, especially when it's 90 degrees out and super swampy. Now, most masks offer different sizes, so be sure to measure your face before purchasing to ensure you get a good fit. Face shields and bandanas don't count as a mask all the time in Disney World, and I say all the time because you'll see some people in them, so they do get through once in a while, but as a general rule, don't count on them actually working as a mask. And that's because they're open at the bottom, so a mask needs to fit snugly around your nose, mouth, and chin to be okayed by Disney officially. Now, there's still plenty of comfortable options that fit in the what is allowed category. So just make sure you've got it kind of covering your nose, mouth, and it's tucked under your chin. Okay, second tip, protect your ears. Most masks are designed to secure behind your ears, but wearing that all day can be uncomfortable if you're not used to it. Look for a mask that ties around your head instead, or buy ear savers to take the pressure off. Ear savers are little devices you can purchase. They hook into the straps to make it so they wrap around your head instead. Or there's another kind that just provides some extra cushion for the back of your ears. Now, don't forget about the fabric those straps are made of. Typical elastic might be a lot less comfortable than a softer or kind of thicker strap. Okay, number 3, practice wearing your mask ahead of time. We are not gonna lie, masks take a bit of getting used to. Like I said, if you're wearing one for a quick trip to the grocery store, it's totally different than a 7-hour day in the parks when it's so hot and you're sweating. There's very different. So wear it around the house to make sure it fits well for you. Go for walks outside to make sure it's breathable for you. There are lots of fabrics and designs, so you wanna try a bunch of different ones to find something that really works for you. Summer in Disney is going to be very hot, so try to put yourself in a similar situation to walking around Orlando in the summer all day to make sure that the mask is really what you want to be wearing. It may seem fine in your air-conditioned house when you're just sitting on your couch, but if you're kind of walking around or running for a ride or something like that, it's a very different story. So if it starts sliding around and irritating your ears once you start moving around in the heat, it's not going to be your best pick, so think about that. All right, number 4 tip, make sure your kids are comfortable. Disney requires all guests ages 2 and up to wear a mask. Masks can be anything that covers your nose, mouth, and tucks under your chin, so consider a gaiter style that might be a little more comfortable for the kiddos and easier to sort of keep on. And just like you, have your kid practice wearing one. They're not used to having anything on their face, so start with some sunglasses, work up from there, maybe get them used to wearing something on their face. Think of it like training for a marathon. You don't start running the full 26.2 miles from the couch. So try some sunglasses, then try a bandana around their face so they get that feeling, and then move on to a mask maybe. Take breaks though and incentivize wearing that mask. We know it's going to be very hard to keep it on all day long, especially for the kids when we're clearly seeing even adults are having a hard time keeping their masks on all day. So take breaks often, promise a present if they keep it on, if that's what you guys do as parents. You know, I've been known to bribe my son once in a while to do things we need to do. So definitely think of the best ways to incentivize your child to keep that mask on. Now, have them pick out the patterns that they like to make it a little bit more fun. There's tons of kid-sized masks out there, and I know especially now with a lot of kids having to wear masks when they go back to school this fall, that a lot of brands are coming out with kid masks. So keep an eye on that. So try to normalize wearing a mask as well before you get to Disney. If it's not a big deal to you, it won't be such a big deal to them. So have them practice at home too, and they'll get used to it. All right, tip number 5, bring chapstick. Wearing a mask all day at Disney Springs or Universal gave us one really surprising consequence, and that was chapped lips. So toss a lip balm in your pocket or park bag. It was a serious lifesaver for us during the day, and we always have lip balm in our park bag anyway, because usually when we're staying in Disney hotels, they're real dry, so they can definitely dry out your lips. So if you forget to pack one, you can find some in your hotel gift shop along with some backup masks and hand sanitizer. So all of that stuff's available to you at the gift shop in your hotel if you're staying at a Disney World resort. Remember to pack some sunscreen as well. It is going to be hot. It is going to be summer in Orlando, so definitely pack that sunscreen. You'll also be able to buy sunscreen at Disney World if you happen to forget it, but it tends to be pretty pricey, so try to bring your supplies with you. You definitely don't want to try to put a mask on a sunburned face. All right, number 6 tip, tie your hair up. It is summer, it's hot. Wearing a mask doesn't make it unbearable, but pair that with wearing your long hair down and it can get real toasty. So tie up your hair, keep your neck cool, plus it'll reduce the amount you touch your hair and move it off your face. Remember to not touch your face or really anything else when you're out and about. Number 7, bring a fan. Those mini portable fans and Mr. Fans can be a lifesaver when it's super hot and you need a cool breeze. You can get one ahead of your trip or buy one in the parks, but with nearly all park purchases, you're going to pay a premium. You guys know that. So staying cool and hydrated, that's going to be a big priority for you in Orlando in the summer. And those little portable fans can be super, super great. There are actually some that you can hang around your neck and sort of aim at your face. You're not going to set any trends or anything. You're probably not going to be the most stylish person in the parks, but it'll really, really help you out, believe me. And remember that you can pull your mask down to eat or drink, and you can get free ice water at quick service locations around Disney World. So as we always say here on the channel, remember dehydration is real. So drink your water, keep drinking your water when you're in the parks. Okay, next tip, take lots of breaks. We recommend taking breaks on any Disney trip, but you might want to take a few extras to give yourself a break and cool down a little bit. So duck into a shop to get some AC if you just need a quick pick-me-up, or plan a table service meal during the hottest part of the day. You'll get to sit and enjoy the AC instead of sweating in the sun, and you'll also be able to take off your mask while you're eating. Now, you can also swing back to the hotel for a midday pool break. Pools at the resorts are open, though they may have limited capacity and limited hours. Remember that most hotels have several pools, so if that big feature pool is crowded, check out some of the smaller leisure pools. You won't need to wear a mask while you're hanging out by the pool or swimming, so it also gives you a break from face coverings in addition to cooling off and relaxing for a bit. Now, this is definitely a point of contention. Disney has said that people will have to wear masks on the pool deck, but in our experience at the resorts, generally people aren't wearing their masks when they're sitting on lounge chairs and things like that, and they're not wearing their masks when they're in the pool, which Disney says is fine to not do that. So just a heads up that people may not be wearing their masks like on pool chairs and things like that. So if you want to avoid being around people who aren't wearing their masks, then you can always go to one of the smaller leisure pools. All right, let's talk about wearing glasses with your mask. So glasses are going to fog up pretty easily when you're wearing a mask. Be prepared to skip wearing them or find a mask that works well with glasses. This goes for sunglasses too. Find a mask that has a tighter seal around your nose and cheeks to help direct airflow downwards. And if you're not wearing glasses, don't forget about 3D rides and shows. Those glasses are going to fog up too, so try placing glasses over your mask. We found that that really, really helps. Now, number 10, bring those backup masks. This is probably our number 1 tip for you guys going to Disney World. If your mask gets wet, because you're going during hurricane season and you're going during the every single day there's a giant thunderstorm season, or you somehow happen to lose your mask, think about all the things your kiddos have dropped over the years. You're going to want backup. Disney will very likely be selling masks all over the parks. We've already seen them in all the hotel gift shops, but you should plan to bring your own backup mask just in case you're not near a store or you just don't want to pay for a Disney mask. They may have emergency backup masks for situations like that, but don't count on it and come prepared. If you aren't planning to do laundry on your trip, you should plan to bring at least one mask for each day. We'd suggest planning on changing that mask a couple of times a day because it's going to get hot and it's going to get sweaty. So personally, I'm going to bring probably 3 or 4 masks per day, which I know is going to get really expensive. I'll probably bring a couple of disposable ones just as backup that I can keep in my park bag, but I will definitely have at least 2 or 3 for each day. Disney's self-serve laundry is operational though, so maybe pack some laundry detergent if you don't want to worry about bringing so many masks. And lots of masks are hand wash only, so be sure to check that out before your trip. All right, so there are our tips for wearing a mask in Disney World. I know a lot of you are headed to Disney World this year, and we don't know how long masks will be required, but it does seem like it'll be for at least the next few months. So like I said, if you want these tips, you can go ahead and head over to disneyfoodblog.com/mask tips, sign up for our free newsletter, and we'll drop this whole PDF right into your inbox so you can see all of our tips for masks. As always, you guys, thanks for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We really, really appreciate you being a part of this channel and being subscribers to this channel. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you, and then hit that notification button as well. And well, YouTube will let you know whenever we put up a new video. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.